So, the Dallas Express has done some research into AT&T after they last year won an award that got them $146 million in tax dollars for a contract with the feds. Now, what are they doing? They're laying off American workers and hiring foreign workers to do their work. Think about that for a second. They're laying off Americans that can do the work so they can bring in foreign workers. What in the world is that? They're one of the necessary things in this country when it comes to communications, and they're laying off American workers. Tell me where this is a good thing. So I'm going to cover this story. It is sickening, beyond all sickening. We're going to talk about this. Why? Because this needs to come to an end, that we have these companies that get all this money in tax dollars for so many different things, such as Microsoft. Hey, Windows runs how much in this world? And yet, all these tax dollars going for all these goods that Microsoft provides, and yet they're laying off American taxpayers so they can bring in federal workers. You wonder why we have such a high unemployment rate? It's because of garbage like this. This is what it has come to. So, if you want to know what's going on the federal, state, and local level on government side, hit like, hit subscribe, because I'm going to cover it. This is where your tax dollars are going. And this is being worked on by federal people, or by foreign folks who aren't doing jobs that Americans can't do. No. So let's get into this story.
Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
Okay, what do they got to say? AT&T has quietly expanded its foreign workforce while securing a multi-million-dollar federal contract intended to bolster U.S. national security infrastructure. U.S. Department of Homeland Security awarded AT&T a 10-year, $146 million contract last year to maintain and expand emergency communication systems such as the Government Emergency Telecommunications Service and Wireless Priority Service, according to a September 2024 company press release. The award extended AT&T's long-running partnership with DHS into next-generation 5G networks. At the same time, federal immigration data shows the telecom giant has continued to rely on foreign labor. According to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services H-1B Data Hub, 388 H-1B workers were approved at AT&T between January 1st, 2024 and the first 6 months of 2025. This comes at a moment when American workers at the company have suffered layoffs and are reportedly faced with the possibility of more in the future. Now, okay, not a massive amount of workers, but still. Privately operated H-1B salary database, which tracks labor condition applications filed with the U.S. Department of Labor, shows AT&T filed 741 H-1B visas between April 2024 and mid-2025. These filings covered positions in Plano and Dallas, Texas, and Alpharetta, Georgia, with a range from $101,760 to $500,000. While these numbers are within competitive industry ranges, some discrepancy appear between the federal filings and AT&T's own public job postings. LinkedIn Post, archived from 2025, lists AT&T's lead software engineering positions with pay between $135,000 and $215,000, roughly matching the median H-1B filings for similar roles. However, Current posting at AT&T's own website for a lead system engineering position in Plano offers salary between $163,000 and $215,800, which stands notably higher than several recent H-1B filings for comparable system engineering jobs in the same city, many which were logged in 2024 at 145,000 to 155,000. The data suggests AT&T may be paying foreign hires slightly below what its website advertises for equivalent positions, although both figures remain within federal compliance ranges. The controversy comes as AT&T faces renewed scrutiny in Dallas over its long-term commitment to the city it once called home. As the Dallas Express previously reported, the company has refused to clarify whether it plans to remain in its downtown headquarters, echoing the same silence that preceded its abrupt 2008 departure from San Antonio. That move blindsided civic leaders there, and Dallas officials now fear a repeat as AT&T executives quietly tour suburban campuses. Against that backdrop, the company's growing reliance on foreign labor while receiving lucrative federal contracts raises questions about corporate loyalty, not only to its workers, but to the communities that help build its brand. This hiring pattern mirrors a broader trend among major corporations balancing government contracts, layoffs, and foreign labor utilization. Early reporting by Dallas Express highlighted how Texas Instruments, another Dallas area technology firm, received up to $1.61 billion in federal CHIPS Act funding while laying off Americans and maintaining heavy reliance on H-1B visa workers. H-1B program allows U.S. employers to temporarily hire foreign workers in specialty occupations, usually requiring at least a bachelor's degree. Okay, I'm not going to finish the rest of this. This is what's going on, and I thought you should hear this. Now, if you want to make an impact, here's what I tell you. Stop using AT&T. Now, I'll tell you this much. Whenever I use a cell phone, I try to have it as AT&T. But you know what? I'm thinking that maybe I need to quit using AT&T. If they want to do this, which is to American workers, they need to have their comeuppance. I mean, seriously. They have all these lucrative federal contracts, but they aren't hiring American workers. What kind of people are they hiring? I mean, seriously. That needs to be looked into. These H-1B visas are coming from India, China. In other words, they're coming from BRICS countries. I think it's about time that we start looking into these companies. I think it's about time that folks need to start buying these companies up and turning them into something that's actually for Americans, not for all these foreign workers that keep getting brought in here. You want to see some real change? Have American workers actually working these jobs. Now, don't tell me that Americans can't do these jobs, because Americans were doing these jobs long ago and still have quite a bit of the training necessary to do it. And I am pretty certain that some of these folks that are getting some of these STEM degrees, not these gender dysphoria degrees, actually know what they're doing. But here's the other thing. A lot of these folks that are coming from foreign countries actually want to work. A lot of these American folks that go through these colleges ain't wanting to do the work because they're too busy trying to be like Antifa. But this is Dallas that we're talking about here, and I can't imagine that most of those folks went through A&M, did the hook 'em horns for Longhorns, or any of these other folks are sitting there wanting to do all the Antifa garbage that so many of these college graduates are wanting to do nowadays. So, yeah, let's quit hiring. Let's talk these companies into quitting hiring foreign workers while laying off Americans. It's about time that we start fixing this problem. And it starts with us knowing what the problem is and then making demands on them. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.